Hi, my name is Tracy, and I came to Associated Behavioral Health about a year and a half ago. And I met with a doctor here for a few months, and then they suggested to me, after doing some treatment and some antidepressants, that I try TMS. Well, I didn't know what TMS was. Nobody I talked to ever heard of it, so I was a little confused and interested in hearing about it. So, just to give you a little bit of history, I have been suffering from depression since I was about 25 years old, and I'm 44 now. When we started looking at the history of my depression to get approved for TMS, I had figured out that I had been on about 15 different antidepressants in about 9 years, and had never felt as if I was feeling wonderful. Over the years, I had seen many different doctors, and I finally came here and found the doctor here, and was super excited because I felt like she knew me right away, and I felt like she just hit the nail on the head with how I was feeling. So I'm one of those cases where I don't have a lot of personal problems. I don't have things going on in my life that should cause me to have depression. But I just have this little cloud that hangs over my head all the time that brings me down. And it was my parents that really pushed me the right direction. And I kept just saying, like, what if it doesn't work? And I believe it was my dad. He said, what if it does work? And that was kind of the convincing thing that made me go, okay, I should try this. But after about 2 weeks, I noticed a big change, which was my taste in music. That was the very first thing I noticed. And I noticed my mood was getting a little lighter, but I started to listen to different music that was more upbeat. And I didn't realize that it took me a while to realize it until I mentioned it to my doctor that this had changed. So that was an interesting change. And that was the first thing I felt. And then over time, I just started feeling better and better. And I actually looked forward to my sessions. I met wonderful people here. I felt comfortable. I felt at home. I was always greeted with a smile. My experience with all the staff was wonderful. And I actually missed it when I was done. Basically, I could, be sitting on the couch, and I'll start to get in a bad mood about something, and I start to feel these feelings again, and I can just automatically talk myself out of that and just say, why are you in a bad mood? Like, you have no reason to be in a bad mood. And then it switches, and I'm better. I've become more social. I've become really active in a ladies group, and I've met so many wonderful friends since I've done this. I've taken on hobbies. I started crafting and doing, making homemade birthday cards, stuff like that I'd never done before. So the changes have been huge, and I really recommend it to anybody, even if you're a little skeptical, because what if it could work for you? Because it worked for me, and I've heard it works for other people. So it's worth it. It's worth the time driving down here. It's worth visiting with the people that work here, and it's completely worth, feeling better.